What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. In real estate, the game is location, location, location. Everyone will tell you that. It matters where you are, and it's the same thing in retail. It's why McDonald's is such an important corporation, because they are a real estate company. Same with Starbucks. The locations of their products matter, and that matters for all products, actually. And there are micro locations that exist inside of stores and retail stores, like this one, for instance. Take this viral photo for Memorial Day weekend, where Bud Light had a reduction in 60+% in sales based on their last Memorial Day weekend. And have a little looky-poo at this photo. Now, this is like the Sistine Chapel of our current Bud Light boycott as it pertains to photographs. Here is a wall of unsold Bud Light. Here is a Starbucks. This is a pride flag. And here is further piles of Bud Light stacking up in the middle of the aisle here inside of this grocery store, which you have to assume is a Walmart or Whole Foods or something like that. And what do you get here? Well, you get lost real estate. Location, location, location. You see, the store doesn't owe Bud Light this primo spot inside of its cold fridge. In fact, the store, if that Bud Light keeps sitting there, is losing money hand over fist. The way that it works is the store, this store, which is clearly a massive grocery store, successful grocery store chain, this store is only putting Bud Light there because they assume that it will sell, and then they get a percentage of that sale. If it doesn't sell, well, then there's no point to even having it out in the first place. And that is what Forbes is reporting on this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Forbes is saying that Bud Light is going to lose its location inside of realtors, inside of retail locations. They're going to lose its real estate, for the lack of a better analogy here. Bud Light always had this primo real estate inside of these stores because it was selling, because the sales mattered. But now the sales have evaporated. And stores are starting to say, well, why should we even carry this at all? Bud Light only has a few months to prevent the sustained market share loss, warns former Anheuser-Busch exec. Bud Light needs to come up with a cogent strategy to win back its customers, otherwise the losses will become permanent. Come September, retailers are expected to begin reallocating limited shelf space by relying on sales data from preceding months. In Bud Light's case, this could mean more diminished presence going forward following the controversy of its brief partnership with the Dylan Mulvaney. This is according to Anson Ferrix, the president of sales and distribution at U.S. parent Anheuser-Busch, until his departure in April 2022. He told the Daily Mail that rivals like Coors Light and Yuengling could then remain in a more prominent fixture in stores, and this could reset the entire beer industry. Those brands will have likelihood of success longer term because they have more shelf space, and they have more inventory, and they have a back stock. They have more availability to consumers, he says. The warning by Ferrix, who co-founded his own asset management firm after more than a decade at Anheuser-Busch, comes after data suggests that the Mexican beer Modelo Especial could supplant Bud Light as America's new favorite frothy brew. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the destruction of a brand. This is the death of a brand. You are now seeing the clock is ticking for Bud Light and Budweiser itself, because Budweiser is now being dragged into this. You are seeing that they are giving this away for free. These photos come to us from Wisconsin, handing out Bud Light for free, ladies and gentlemen. Final cost, $0. We went and took advantage of this and shot Bud Light up at a firing range, and it doesn't stop there. The Bud Light salespeople say this boycott is hurting their commissions now. Salespeople promoting Bud Light, Florida-based distributor, have grown accustomed to car horns, middle fingers, and jokes amid the weeks-long boycott, but they have struggled to ignore thousands of dollars lost in commission, two sales supervisors say. The typical salesperson for the distributor made about $2,000 less in May than they would have otherwise. This means that with the decline in sales that reached 60% over the week, 60%. This has really, really killed a lot of guys who are commission-based. This is really hurting. There's nothing they could have done. This was all thrown in their faces. How do you destroy a company? How do you destroy a company? Well, first and foremost, you destroy the people who actually make the company run, which is not the crappy beer. Nobody's buying Bud Light because it tastes so great and it is such great beer. They're buying Bud Light because it's convenient, it's available inside of the store shelf, and they're buying Bud Light because, well, presumably the parent company doesn't hate your guts, your morals, your values, and your country. The people who are actually going to get hurt by all of this are the people who actually deliver Bud Light to you every single day. Because those people are looking at store shelves that look like this one. They're seeing their beer given away for free. Look at this. Every other beer shelf empty. Bud Light overflowing in these aisles. Overflowing. Various country concerts, like this one. You can see, this was a George Strait concert, a solid, rock-solid wall of Bud Lights. Nobody buying them. Nobody buying them. Everyone going for the Coors. And that's what people are saying from inside of Bud Light. This was a very, very interesting ad that we picked up on from Alabama, where a distributor cut a radio ad begging his customers to come back.
Steve Tatum, Vice President, General Manager of Bama Budweiser, your local Bud Light distributor. There's been a lot of discussion, frustration, and even anger across the country regarding just one single can made of Bud Light that was produced for a social media influencer. We too at Bama Budweiser are upset about it and have made our feelings known to the top leadership at Anheuser-Busch. The voice of the consumer has been heard and Anheuser-Busch has taken action. We at Bama Budweiser, an independent wholesaler, employ around 100 people who live here, work here, and our children go to school here. We do not, and as I said before, did not support this issue involving Dylan Mulvaney. There was one single can made, was not for sale, and wasn't properly approved. As a result, the Bud Light brand has new leadership. Dylan Mulvaney is not under contract with Bud Light. The videos you may have seen are Mulvaney's own social media posts that went viral, and many web-based news outlets have distorted the story. You deserve to know the truth, and life is too short to let a couple of individuals decide what you can eat or drink or...
Okay, so this guy, first off, sounds like he's inside of an ISIS hostage video. He's seeing his entire life's work flash before his eyes. We take no joy in this. We're saddened by it. The reason why we've gone so hard against Bud Light, my team told me that we made some 70 videos on this Bud Light fiasco, and the reason why we have effectively led the boycott on Bud Light is pretty simple. We're actually in favor of these people keeping their jobs. It's the woke liberal marketers in New York and, as we learned recently, San Francisco, who have destroyed these people's livelihoods by not knowing their target market, by spitting in the face of their customers, and by betraying the trust that the customer has in the brand. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to learn these lessons. You got to learn them hard. The anti-woke moment is here, and we are leading the charge. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.